So coming up next in the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center right here on GoLocal Live, if you have been following Rhode Island's own Emily Luther on The Voice, she just had an exciting matchup last night. She is moving on to the next round, and she happens to be here with us right now. Emily, come on out. Yay!
How are you?
Hi, I'm great.
Great to see you.
So good to see you too. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here.
Of course.
I have a million questions for you.
I'm ready for him.
Okay, so let's talk about this battle that you had.
Sure.
When you found out that you were going to be battling Adam Pierce, now he's a very different kind of performer than you.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on this? How did you feel about the matchup?
I mean, we're always, we all become very close just from the beginning of filming, and so Adam was, again, one of my friends, same with my battle partner, Gary, and so we kind of look at each other like, oh,
Yeah. Like one of us has to go.
I know, one of us has to go. Luckily for him, he did get saved by Miley, which I was so excited about. But initially, the first thing that I had thought of was, this guy has an incredible range. He's one of the very few rockers that the show has ever seen. So I thought, I guess it just depends on what Adam Levine is looking for this year and what he thinks is going to bring his, his team all the way and win the title of The Voice. So I wasn't sure. I knew what my job was and who I am as a performer, and I kind of went into it going, okay, well, here we go. So
yeah, I mean, you have no choice at that point other than just, I'm going to do what I do.
Yeah.
And hope that I'm what they are looking for at this time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all
To move
about.
on.
It's just kind of being yourself, and if that's what they want, then you go with it. So.
The other thing that I always feel is so, not unfair, but it's like, it must be so tough to sit there on the stage to watch the other performer, and the camera's on your face,
I know.
and you're like, you have to be poker face. What was your thoughts? Because he had a great performance.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of, the nerves really hit me for his last note, because it was so powerful and so good, so good.
Yeah.
And so there was that part of me that thought, okay, I'm about to sing and go up against him and do my, my thing and go up there. And I thought, oh my gosh. And you're sitting down, which you have all this built up energy.
Yeah.
So I definitely think there was a lot of shaking my legs, crossing my legs, but they didn't show that on television.
Good.
So that was good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was nervous. But again, I love Adam. I respect him as a musician, as an artist. And I thought, we'll see what happens.
That's the other thing. And, now you've been on the show for a while, but even with all the professional experience that you did have before coming on the show, this is like an experience that you just can't ever have unless you're there. So how are you able to handle the nerves and knowing that, you have all this at stake and you have people watching on TV?
I think for me, I do a lot of meditation. So, not to get all Gandhi, but, it's like I do a lot of just staying in the moment, putting my headphones in. I also have this blue bathrobe that I travel with that is always on when I'm backstage, when I'm, running around doing hair and makeup. And that I just kind of do the things that keep me feeling happy and comfy and warm, and I guess just staying present is really what it's all about. I think there's always the kick in of the nerves when you're standing there and there's 30 cameras around you.
Right.
And they don't, a lot of people don't think of this, but you have cameras that are swooping down and they feel like they're 5 feet from your face, which seems like a great distance, but when they're coming down from 30 feet, you kind of look at them and go, oh my God, are they going to hit me? And they did.
It's not distracting at all. I'm trying to perform here.
Yeah, and for this, for Glitter in the Air, for last night's performance, there was that moment where, I was hitting that high note, and I remember they kind of swooped down during the rehearsal, and I thought, oh my gosh, if that hits me during that high note, we're done, I have to go home. So.
That is so funny. I know you have to just... these guys are professionals. As long as you don't hit me in the head with the camera,
yeah,
we'll be good.
I was fine. And, I have to say, the people from The Voice, the entire organization as a whole, from the stage crew, cameramen, to the producers, everyone is top-notch, wonderful. Yeah. And anything that they can do to make you feel better and more comfortable, they, completely... tell you if you feel like you need something different, just let us know. And
That's awesome.
Which is great. I don't think you can say that about a lot of other television shows out there.
Yeah.
So it was that was a blessing for me. It's just feeling like I had people that had my back.
That's very important to know that you have support when you're having these big moments.
Yeah, I think there was one time I know. I mean, fun fact for the battle with Gary, they had put me in these beautiful 5-inch heels, and I forget the designer, but it was a well-known designer. I'm not really into brands and all that stuff. But I remember trying to walk in them so badly, and I finally did the rehearsal, and I couldn't walk, and I went up to the costume designer. I was like, I really hate to do this to you, but can you please change my shoes? And they're like, absolutely, don't even worry. So, I mean, that's awesome. There wasn't anyone trying to, see me fall on my face. So
yeah, really at the end of the day, it's pretty important that you can walk and feel comfortable, It can be very distracting.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
So when they were showing the coaching before your performance, I thought Adam had something really interesting to say. He was like, this is almost too perfect. And I was just thinking about that. As a performer, how do you take a comment like that and then use that to kind of make your, step up your performance to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that they had, they didn't show last night was, Adam and I, we had kind of a very personal conversation while the cameras weren't running, and he was like, I love your voice, I love what you're about, I just need you to emotionally connect with people, because he's like, I feel like you're, I don't remember his exact words, but something along the lines of, it's like you're reading the music in your head and everything's very methodical, which is true, and that's the thing, I'm a classically trained vocalist, and I will never escape that. That's always going to be what I am, deep down inside. So what I did, honestly, is I have this journal that I have backstage with me, and I started writing about what Glitter in the Air was really about. And once I started doing that, I just put myself in different situations that I've been in my life where, that song it means something to me, and just that's all I was thinking about last night. So I guess that's kind of
worked.
How it
Yes, it worked.
I can't believe it was the last person, though.
Oh my god.
That was so tough.
See, I never know if that's just how they choose to edit it for TV, or if that's how the rundown goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, obviously they edit things, but the tension was high, and I was like, okay, here we go. So
and it was so amazing too, the moment they're making the decision. I mean, they were kind of, again, I don't know if this is like editing, but they were kind of setting it up like Adam was sort of the one that they were leaning toward, and everyone made a lot of comments about his performance and being, the way he is, running around the stage and all that stuff. And I just felt like on your face, you were like, okay, it's okay. You were ready and in shock when
I saw a still frame of my face while he was smiling, and I'm kind of looking at him like, okay, just tell me, just let me know my fate. Like, I'm ready to know. Yeah, I mean, it's always difficult in a competition.
Yeah.
There's always that moment where, we're all human beings. We're having the human experience of not wanting to fail or not wanting to go home empty-handed, if you will. And I think for myself, I was just kind of standing there like, I left my whole heart and soul on this stage tonight, and I just hope that they see that. And so when he said my name, I just was shocked. I just wasn't expecting it. My brother, I spoke with him this morning, and he was like, yeah, I cannot believe your face. He's like, you were honestly
so
shocked. And
it was so genuine.
Was. Yeah, I just didn't know which way it would go.
Yeah. So. I'm really glad he chose you, and I'm really glad that you got, it was an outstanding vocal performance. I mean, truly, like, you get goosebumps listening to a performance like that.
Thank you.
And, I was mentioning about he happened to have a different style of moving around the stage, and your style performing that particular song kind of reminds me of like an Adele who stands there and sings because she has such a beautiful gift. How are you able to kind of stay true to who you are as an artist while all these other people are bringing who they are? It's hard to not get influenced.
I think, as a performer, you really have to take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
There's a saying, and I think it's by Kat Von D, or I don't even, somebody, and they said, you know, you could be like the juiciest, most perfect peach
Yes.
in the world, but there's always going to be someone that doesn't like peaches.
Right.
So whenever I feel that I'm being, you know, critiqued in a way that I'm like, oh my God, just please understand, like that's not me, or
Right.
this is who I am, I just kind of think of that and I go, okay, well, you know, there's people that would be bored listening to someone stand there and sing songs. I'm one of those people that stands and sings a song, and I hope to connect with people and sing, you know, beautiful songs. And I like going to concerts like that myself.
Right.
So, but there's people that don't. And so it's all about staying true to who you are. I am a firm believer, the more genuine you are, the more you're just yourself, you're
Yeah.
going to attract your tribe. I mean, that's how you have your fan base. They're all just
Absolutely,
like, hey, this is who she is.
Right.
So I just kind of do, again, just kind of talk to myself and go, okay, this is, you know, who you are. Here we go.
So next round, moving on. You know, obviously no spoilers, but
Yeah.
in the next round, what can you tell us? Are you choosing your own material at this point? Are they still
So,
picking songs for you?
They for the playoff round, it's more of like a collaboration with your coach. You know, what you can expect for the next round is that collaboration to be a little bit more prevalent than the past rounds. Adam and I are really putting our heads together to create something really special. So, and you know, making our own arrangement of a song that people would go, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So that's all I can say about it. But you have to tune in next week.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Thank you.
I was just going to ask about, now that you're here in Rhode Island, obviously a lot of these things were pre-taped
Yeah.
months ago, maybe weeks ago. How is the reaction here in Rhode Island? Are people mega fans? Are you like running into someone at Dunkin' Donuts like, you were amazing last night?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Rhode Island is fairly small, and you know, I've
Fairly.
been kind of in the whole performance entertainment scene here in Rhode Island for quite some time, and you know, I think the most beautiful part of it all is people that have been, you know, fans of mine since back in the Ellen DeGeneres days, which was 2011, back when I was in college. And you know, I left music for quite some time to focus on myself and doing what I needed to do to be the artist that I envisioned for myself. And what's so amazing is the people that, you know, come out and say, I've been following you since 2011, going to your shows. It's like those people that are there at every single show. Like that is so powerful and so meaningful to me as an artist, because you know, what's more, you know, rewarding than people saying you have an effect on my life and I want to be a part of your journey. So Rhode Island's awesome. New England's awesome. You know, it's just people just are supportive and wonderful. I mean, I keep saying that word, but it's so true. It's just I couldn't be happier.
Oh, well, we are all so proud of you and happy to support you in this, and you're just doing an amazing job, killing it. We can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Of course.
Oh,
Thank
Emily,
you.
the wonderful Emily Luther.
Thank you.
I'm gonna bye.